Welcome to Barndo Dreams.
Picture a barndominium with no front, no back, no side that looks different from any other side. Just four wings, wrapped tight around a courtyard that no neighbor, no road, and no drone flying overhead will ever see into. From the outside, it reads like a fortress of black steel. Step through the entry hall, and the entire home opens onto a private courtyard with a pool, a fireplace, and glass walls on every side. This is the O-shaped barndominium, and it might be the most misunderstood floor plan in the entire Barndo world. Before we go inside, if you're new here, this is Barndo Dreams, where we break down real barndominium builds, real costs, and real trade-offs, no sugarcoating. If that's your kind of channel, hit subscribe, tap the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Now let's step inside. Most barndominium shapes people search for are simple. Rectangles, L-shapes, U-shapes with a courtyard tucked into three sides. The O-shape takes that U-shape idea and closes the loop. Four wings for corners. One continuous ring of living space wrapped around a fully enclosed courtyard in the middle. That closed loop changes everything about how the home feels. A U-shaped courtyard is open on one end, so it still connects to the outside world, the driveway, the yard, whatever's beyond it. An O-shaped courtyard is sealed off by the house itself on all four sides. No sight lines in, no street noise, no one walking a dog past your morning coffee. Builders and designers describe this style as the most private residential layout you can build without hiding behind walls or hedges, because the privacy is baked into the architecture itself. It's a layout borrowed from a much older idea: the Roman atrium house, the Spanish hacienda, the Moroccan riad. Homes built inward instead of outward, where the front yard is a private courtyard only the family ever sees. Barndominium builders have taken that ancient logic and paired it with clear span steel framing, which is exactly what makes the O-shape practical at Barndo prices instead of custom mansion prices. Here's the part that surprises people. From the exterior, an O-shaped Barndo can look almost industrial. Dark metal siding, minimal windows facing the road, a single understated entry. It reads closed, private, almost guarded. Walk through that entry hall, though, and the whole personality of the house flips. Nearly every interior room, the kitchen, the primary suite, the living room, even the home office, gets a wall of glass facing the courtyard. Natural light floods in from a direction most homes never get to use: the center. Instead of one home with a view, you get four wings that all share the same view, looking at each other across a shared outdoor room. That's the reveal nobody expects. The nothing special steel box outside is hiding a resort-style courtyard inside, often with a pool, a covered lounge area, an outdoor kitchen, and mature landscaping that feels like stepping into a boutique hotel rather than a barn conversion. 2020's XS version of barndominium luxury isn't about being flashy. It's what designers are calling refined rustic. Exposed structural steel beams paired against warm materials like white oak, shiplap, and tongue-and-groove wood ceilings. The contrast is the whole point. Cold, honest steel next to soft, natural texture. In an O-shape specifically, that contrast gets amplified because the courtyard-facing rooms are almost entirely glass. Full-height sliding doors, sometimes 12 or 14 feet across, dissolve the wall between the living room and the courtyard entirely. When they're open, indoor and outdoor become one continuous space. When they're closed, you still get an uninterrupted view of your own private landscape from the couch. Floors tend to be sealed and stained polished concrete for durability and that clean, modern look, with area rugs layered in to keep the living spaces feeling warm instead of clinical. Lighting is doing more work than people expect too. Recessed cans for general light. Then statement fixtures, often oversized linear pendants or sculptural chandeliers, hung over kitchen islands and dining tables to keep the soaring ceilings from feeling empty overhead. Kitchens have become the clearest showcase of that refined rustic language. Islands in these homes routinely stretch 10 to 14 feet, long enough to seat 6 people comfortably, topped in waterfall edge quartz that wraps down both ends instead of stopping at the counter's edge. Cabinetry splits between two finishes rather than one: a darker, moodier tone on the lower cabinets and a lighter wood or matte white above, which keeps a wall of storage from feeling heavy under ceilings that are already stretching 14 feet or more. Range hoods get treated as sculpture rather than appliance, often built out in wrapped wood or blackened steel to match the beams overhead. None of this is subtle, and it isn't meant to be. In a home built around one dramatic central room, the kitchen is expected to hold its own against the architecture. Where modern luxury leans warm and textured, contemporary Barndo interiors in 2026 lean cleaner and cooler. Matte black hardware, waterfall edge quartz or porcelain countertops, flat panel cabinetry, and a tighter, more restrained color palette. Both styles show up across O-shaped builds, and a lot of owners actually blend them. Contemporary kitchens next to a modern rustic living room, tied together by the same flooring and the same steel structure running through both. Furniture selection in these homes tends to prioritize scale over anything else. Barndominium ceilings routinely run 14 to 20 feet in a great room, and standard height furniture just disappears in a space like that. Designers are pulling in oversized sectionals, tall case pieces, substantial dining tables built for 8 to 10 people, and statement lighting size to match. Because in a room this tall, a small lamp reads like a mistake. Because so many rooms face the courtyard, furniture placement also has to account for 2 fronts instead of 1. The room still needs a clear arrangement facing the television or fireplace, but it also needs seating that acknowledges the glass wall and the view beyond it. A lot of O-shaped living rooms solve this with furniture floated away from the walls entirely, letting people sit facing either direction depending on the time of day. This is where the O-shape earns its reputation as one of the most efficient barndominium layouts available, even though it looks like it should waste space by wrapping around an open courtyard. Because the home forms a loop, every wing can be single room deep, which means almost every room gets windows on 2 sides, one facing outward toward the property, one facing inward toward the courtyard. That double exposure does 2 things. It cuts down dramatically on the need for artificial lighting during the day, and it eliminates the dark, windowless interior rooms that plague a lot of deep rectangular floor plans. The 4-wing structure also naturally sorts the home into zones without needing extra hallways to do it. 1 wing for the primary suite, 1 for guest bedrooms, 1 for the kitchen and living areas, 1 for a garage, workshop, or flex space. Each wing functions almost like its own small house, connected by the loop instead of a maze of corridors. That's a meaningful efficiency gain, because hallway square footage is space you're paying to build and heat, but can't actually use for living. The courtyard itself becomes usable square footage too, in a way a traditional yard never is. It's sheltered on all 4 sides from wind, mostly private from prying eyes, and close enough to every room that it functions as an extension of whichever space is nearest it. An outdoor dining room off the kitchen wing, an outdoor lounge off the living room wing. Storage benefits from the loop shape as well, because each wing tends to be a single room deep. Closets, pantries, and utility spaces can be tucked along the outward-facing wall without stealing light from the courtyard side. A layout trick that keeps every glass-facing room visually open while still giving the home real storage capacity. It's a small detail, but it's the kind of planning choice that separates a floor plan that looks good on paper from one that actually works for day-to-day living. Beyond the design appeal, the O-shape solves some real, practical problems. Privacy is the obvious one, with no wing facing fully outward without a matching wing across the courtyard. There's no single vulnerable front of the house the way a normal home has a front door and front windows facing the street. Security benefits from that same layout. A courtyard that's only accessible by walking through the house itself is a natural deterrent, and it gives families with young kids or pets a fully enclosed outdoor space where nobody has to worry about a toddler wandering toward a road or a dog slipping through an open gate. Climate control gets an assist too. The courtyard functions almost like a buffer zone. The wings shade each other at different times of day, cutting down on direct sun exposure on interior-facing windows. While deep roof overhangs, builders are routinely pushing these past 10 feet now, shade the outward-facing walls from summer heat. Combine that with steel's durability against wind, fire, and pests, and the O-shape checks a lot of resilience boxes at once. It also scales well for multi-generational living. Separate wings with their own bedrooms, bathrooms, and even private courtyard-facing entries let extended family or adult children live under one roof. without constantly crossing paths. Everyone shares the courtyard as common ground, but nobody has to walk through someone else's space to get to their own. Because the courtyard is visible from almost every room, it ends up functioning as the home's central design anchor, the one element every space has to be decorated around. A lot of owners lean into that by treating it like an outdoor living room. Weatherproof furniture that matches the interior's material palette, a fire feature as the visual centerpiece, and landscape lighting designed to be seen from indoors after dark, not just experienced outdoors. Inside, decor choices tend to lean into natural materials that echo the courtyard just beyond the glass. Wood tones, stone accents, woven textures, greenery brought indoors through oversized planters. It creates continuity, so the transition from inside to outside doesn't feel like a hard edge. It feels like one material story continuing across a pane of glass. Metal accents show up deliberately, too, nodding back to the building's steel bones. Blackened steel stair rails, exposed steel beams left intentionally visible rather than boxed in with drywall, steel-framed interior windows between rooms that let light travel even where the courtyard glass can't reach. Even small hardware choices like matte black door pulls and window frames get selected specifically to echo that same industrial thread running through the whole home. Now for the honest part, because this channel doesn't do hype without the trade-offs attached. The O shape is more expensive per square foot than a simple rectangle, and it's not close. 4 separate wings mean roughly 4 times the corners, 4 times the roofline transitions, and significantly more linear feet of exterior wall relative to the interior square footage you actually get to live in. Every corner, every roof valley, every transition between wings is a place where steel panels have to be custom cut and flashed, and that labor adds up fast compared to a simple rectangular clearspan shell. Recent cost estimates for fully enclosed courtyard-style barndominiums have landed in a broad range depending on region, finish level, and square footage. Often somewhere in the mid-$300,000 on the low and up past $500,000 for larger, higher finish builds. That's a wide range because the variables are wide. Courtyard size, whether the pool and outdoor kitchen are included in that number, how far the finishes lean toward contemporary luxury versus a simpler build-out. Then there's the practical reality of 4 roof lines meeting at 4 corners. Every valley and transition is a potential leak point, so roofing detail and flashing quality matter enormously here. This is not a shape where you want to cut corners on the roofing subcontractor. Drainage planning for the courtyard itself is its own conversation too. That enclosed space needs a real plan for where rainwater goes, because it's now surrounded by roofline on every side instead of draining freely into an open yard. Land is a factor most people underestimate as well. An O shape needs a wider, more squarish footprint than a simple rectangle to make the courtyard feel generous rather than cramped, so it doesn't fit every lot the way a long rectangular barndo can. HVAC planning deserves its own conversation too. 4 separate wings spread heating and cooling loads out over a much larger perimeter than a compact rectangle. So a lot of builders end up recommending zoned mini-split systems or multiple smaller units instead of one central system, trying to condition the whole loop evenly. It costs more up front, but it also means the guest wing isn't burning energy to stay cool when nobody's using it. And finally, get a real conversation going with your builder early about zoning and courtyard code requirements in your specific county. Enclosed courtyards can sometimes trigger different fire egress or setback rules in a standard floor plan, and that's the kind of detail you want answered in the planning phase, not after the steel is ordered. The O shape isn't the right answer for every budget or every family, and it's worth being upfront about that. If privacy is a priority, a rural lot near a road, neighbors close enough to see into a normal backyard, or simply a desire to never look at anything but your own property from your own living room, this layout solves that better than almost any other barndo shape available. Multi-generational households and buyers with the land and budget for a genuinely custom-feeling build also tend to be the ones who end up loving this shape the most. If the goal is maximum square footage for minimum dollar, though, a straightforward rectangular or single slope shell will almost always get there faster and cheaper. The O shape isn't about efficiency of cost. It's about efficiency of light, privacy, and lifestyle. And those are worth paying for only if they're actually what you're after. The O shape proves that a barndominium's exterior doesn't have to tell you anything about what's waiting inside. And that idea, steel skin, unexpected soul, is exactly where we're headed next. In our next episode, we're looking at 10 Quonset barndominiums, the curved, tunnel-shaped steel buildings people assume can only ever look like an airplane hangar, and showing you interiors that look nothing like steel buildings at all. If you thought a rounded roof meant limited design options, wait until you see what's actually being built inside them. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and we'll see you in the next one.